Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today I'm running some T1 Abyss in my Purifier in nullsec, and I wanted to talk to you guys today about combining EVE with other games. This is just something I've been thinking about because it is something I often ponder upon, combining EVE with other games, because EVE Online is such a big game. It will seem maybe a bit hard to combine it with other games, it seems like, and at many points in my life it has actually, because I've been playing EVE for a long time, like 5 years. So, I mean, when I say in my life, I mean in my life. 5 years is a great portion of my life, or not a massive portion, but it is a significant portion. So the thing is, with EVE Online, what I do personally when it comes to combining with other games is that, like, EVE Online is basically, for most of the time, it's my main game. Sometimes I get this like a sort of like a rage quit or temporary rage quit where like it just goes so bad in the game, or it just is just boring, and then I just don't play for maybe a few weeks or maybe a week or so, and that is perfectly normal. I think a lot of people don't go on these phases where they play a lot and then they just go for a bit where they don't play so much. So I'd obviously play other games there. Gaming is a big hobby of mine, but often I'm actually the way EVE, but I'm still almost always just being that EVE Online is my main game, because it's just a game which I think is just hard to. It's not like one which it has everything I really want from a video game. Like I love spaceships. Spaceships is just something I love so much, and I think the spaceships look so good in this game. I like the way that it's interacting with other people, and there's basically no games out there that are on the same scale as this one. I'm actually going to go into that blue cloud over there to apply a bit more damage. So it is more or less my perfect game, but it can be frustrating sometimes. It's not without flaws, but it is one of the best games I know. That's why I'm always playing it. But then there are other games I sometimes play when I want to change the pace a bit. I always talk a lot about change of pace, and I think that's important just to keep EVE Online actually fun as well, because I feel like almost any game you can't really play it for just so much without it getting a little bit boring. So what I do sometimes is I play this game called Warzone. You don't know if you guys know about that, but it's like a, it's almost like a, in my opinion, that game is like a how do you say, Fortnite for grown-ups. It's like it's Call of Duty, but it's like a battle royale game, and I think that is quite fun to play with friends and siblings I play with sometimes, and it's a bit more casual. Like, it's not as much you have to think about in EVE, and that's something I like with EVE, is that EVE Online is kind of my main game. Then I have these other games which is a bit more like completely like zero brain activity games, so to say. It uses I'm a medical student, so I'm going to do this in medical terms, where EVE Online using the cerebrum, and in like games like Call of Duty or Warzone, you're using your cerebellum, so you're using like your reflexes. It's like a very good way just to have a bit of a contrast. I think like EVE Online is known for being one of these really hard games, like a lot of stuff to know, a lot of stuff to think about, while I like having that contrast of having like a game which is like really the complete opposite. You just log in, play, leave whenever you want, really does not matter at all. And that's just something I like about Warzone, is that there's not really much you have to think about there. Just go there, shoot fools, and that's it. Well, obviously there's a little bit more to it than that, but that's pretty much how it is for me, and I find it quite fun. I also play a game called League of Legends from time to time. It's like kind of sort of like a strategy sort of game. Not really so much strategy in my opinion, because I'm not playing at that high level. It's like you got 5 guys versus 5 other guys, and you're kind of like these heroes sort of, and then you have to fight against each other and destroy the other people's base. I play it very casually, so it is also one of those kind of not so high brain activity games. Well, if you're playing on like the pro level of that kind of game, then it is very much brain activity kind of game, but I don't. So that's why it isn't. And how I combine these games is sort of like, usually I'll play EVE Online if I want to play some games, but then sometimes I'll be in that mood where I'm kind of like, I'm a bit tired. Or maybe I don't want to sit down and play games for a whole long time. Like, usually when I sit down and play EVE Online, it's not just for like 10 minutes, it's usually for a little bit more. So when it comes to playing games where it's like for a little bit shorter periods, usually it will be with Warzone, League of Legends, something like that, or some other kind of game. And then or if it's just in general that I'm quite tired, or I can't be bothered, or I'm just a little bit bored of EVE Online, then I'll play that. But I think it's very possible to it's very possible to combine EVE Online with other games, especially if you're not so... Like, I still consider myself to be a relatively casual EVE Online player. Relatively, okay? Like, I know that I've done quite a lot of stuff. Like, you've seen at one point that I've had like 6,000 plex and all that kind of stuff running around, 3 billion instant dealers. Like, to new players, that'll seem like a lot, but trust me, there are a lot bigger fish in the water right there. People running around in capital ships, super capital ships, they're on another ball game. So I'm not talking for those guys. So I'm a bit more of a casual player, I would say. Like, I don't really participate in a whole lot of these massive fleet battles and all that kind of stuff. I don't like the idea of that as well. I don't like the idea of being stuck in your seat and not really being able to go unless and if you do, you're kind of going to let down the people in your fleet. That's not really something I like a whole lot, but I do participate in fleet ops from time to time. It's still quite fun, especially when you have the time. That's what I like about Brave, because it's like they're not really super strict, they're quite casual, and I like that. So that's how I do it. That's how I have it. I have the not so high IQ games, and then I have the high IQ games, aka EVE Online, which I have on the side. And depending on my mood, I'll switch between them. EVE Online has always been my main game. What do you guys think? What other games do you guys play from EVE Online? I would like to know, because I know there's a streamer called Torvald Uruz. He does a lot of Abyss stuff, so I've watched him a bit. And he does a lot of, he plays a lot of League of Legends actually in his free time, like, or when he's not playing EVE like me. It's funny how I say free time as when you're not playing EVE, because I do play EVE in my free time. EVE is known for being seen as a second job. I don't think it's a second job, but what I mean is just that I spend a lot of time in EVE, so when I'm not doing that, then I would play that. And he does it as well. He plays also League of Legends. What do you guys play? And is there any particular reason why you play it? Like, why is it? Because I can see also that you people who play EVE Online or play other kind of very demanding games, like or very thought intensive, planning intensive. In EVE Online you have to plan a lot. Maybe I could see a trend there if there are other people who play EVE also play a lot of these very like planning sort of games that require a lot of brain activity, as I say. Devoted torchbearers. These guys, they went down pretty quickly the last time I was against them. They've got pretty big signature radius, I think. There we go. You see that? Almost dead straight away when it comes to the shields. Also, it depends a little bit of what I was doing. Like before, I used to be in nullsec a lot more. Like I was pretty dedicated to being in nullsec. We're talking about 2017 right here. Then I would say I played a lot more EVE just because I wanted to be involved a lot more, and also that made it so I didn't play other games so much. But that's why something I like about high sec, being my own boss in high sec. I don't really answer to anyone. I mean, I'm still in a nullsec corps, but they're so chill that you basically are your own boss almost. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to participate in a fleet op if you don't want to. And that's why I think it's really chill about Brave. It's just such a good corp, in my opinion. I definitely think you guys should join if you have the same mentality as me, where you just want to chill out, maybe be in high sec, maybe be a bit in null sec whenever you feel like it. There's no strings attached. You just go there and are able to go to null sec whenever you feel like it. But you can stay at high sec as well. You don't have to worry about those disgusting war decks. Let's grab this. Like I remember once, I was in one of my first null sec corps I was ever in. I went to Jita. I just wanted to go there just to buy some things, I think. No, actually, no, it wasn't that I was going to buy some things. I was going to go there to actually return my things because I was thinking of leaving. So I to put all my stuff in a mower and just left. And I got sniped by these people on the gate. I was so annoyed that they just destroyed basically everything I had. Like everything I had at the time was not so much. So I didn't lose a whole lot, but at the time it was so like... They destroyed it, and that was because of Vortex. People Vortexed me and they were able to kill me, even in Jita, just like that. Not ganking, just cleanly killed me on a gate. So that's something I really hated, and that's something I always have hated with nullsec. Something that made it not so casual, and I really wanted to have a kind of casual lifestyle in EVE Online, where I can go to a high sec if I want to. And that's what I love about Brave. It's such a good corp. Now basically my whole video is becoming a corporation ad. But let me know what kind of games you guys play, apart from EVE Online. I play Warzone and League of Legends. I find them very fun. Are there any other? Do you guys play that as well? I hope you guys enjoyed this little video right here, a little discussion. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.